Hello. So in this video, I'm going to continue where I left off with the AI visuals. And so we talked about forecasting and the smart narrative visual in the previous video. And in this video, I'm going to continue with key influencers, decomposition tree, and Q&A visuals. So I created a new data set. I called it demo key influencers for this particular exercise because the other data set that I was using was not showing the key influencers because it was kind of the same. There wasn't much variation in the data, so I couldn't demonstrate the key influencers. So I've created the new data set and uploaded it to this data sets folder, which I'll share in the comments below the video. So look for it if you want to try along. But let me go here. So essentially, um, let me remove this because I did this beforehand and show you what I did. Okay, so when you come here, this is what the part one of the AI visuals video was about. We talked about this. So if you haven't watched that video, you can go back and take a look at it. But in this video, I want to demonstrate key influences. So I'm going to click on this one and it put the key influences here. And let me drag it down here to that's where I want it. And I'm just going to resize it so that I make space for another visual up here. Okay, so let's say that I want to analyze. So I'm using this data set, which I call production data key influences. I want to analyze the defect rate. So I drag defect rate here by shift, explained by shift. Okay, so it runs that. You can see it's telling me that when the what influences defect rate, it increases when the average defect rate when the shift is 9, it increases by 0.07. So you can see it's giving me um, the breakdown of what affects which shift causes the defect rate to increase. Okay, so I could also change this to, okay, what makes it decrease? Afternoon. So maybe the afternoon shift, there are fewer defects because obviously people are more awake. Okay, so that's the sort of thing that the key influencers tells you, and you can look at by segment or what high, low. So I mean, that's the rundown of what key influencer says. You can change the variables, you can add multiple variables. So if I were to add supervisor as the other explanatory variable, then I could look at, so let's see here. Uh, let me make this visual larger. Yeah, obviously, if you give it more space, you'll see the average defect rate by shift, afternoon, morning, evening. And if I were to check this, so actually, the thing that causes a decrease is the afternoon shift. Okay, so I'm going to remove shift and look at it by supervisor. So average defect rate by supervisor. Okay, so oh, I got a wrong thing. I got shift instead of supervisor. Explained by supervisor. Okay, so sometimes, depending on the data, you might not get a breakdown by a certain explanatory variable. Let me try by production line. So it says production line, the defect rate decreases on production line A. So production line A is doing something right. And then I want to see what makes it increase. It's production line B that's really creating a lot of defects. So yeah, you can look at it by whatever variable, and you can try different variables to see how they influence the defect rate, or you can try total output as the analyzed variable instead of defect rate. So yeah, play around with the different variables to see how it affects your data or how they influence your data. So the next visual I'm interested in is the decomposition tree. So I click on this and it puts decomposition tree here. Since I did defect rate, let me use the output quantity on the decomposition tree. I want to analyze what's contributing to the total output. So let's see how each shift contributes to the total output. Okay, so if I click plus here, and I want to see the total output contribution by shift, I see that the morning shift contributes the most, followed by the night shift, followed by the afternoon shift. And so maybe within the morning shift, I want to also look at how each production line contributed. So I click the plus sign here by production line. So within the morning shift, I see that line B contributed the most, followed by line A, followed by line C. So I can contract this and try, okay, what about the night shift? What are their contributions? Um, so night shift, you can see line B still contributed the most. So you can add more variables, like maybe instead of so that is shift and production line, I can try another variable like supervisor. And let's see for line B, supervisor. Okay, so you can see, let me make this wider, but you can see that Amma, the supervisor, had the greatest contribution to the total output, followed by these others. Okay, so you can drill down to see who is contributing the most and who is contributing the least using this decomposition tree. And then finally, the Q&A visual. Okay, so you can ask specific questions about your data. Let me make this smaller to make room for the Q&A. So if I come here, it's preparing the Q&A, and I don't have enough room for it. What happened to it? I think I hid it behind this one. Okay, so let me move it out of the way and move this one back where it was. Okay, so I can ask a question about my data, and actually it might give you some suggestions of what you could ask, but I have a certain question I want to ask it. So I want to see which operator had the highest defect rate. So let me go here and copy that question, and then come here and ask it that question about my data. Okay, and so I want to know which operator had the highest defect rate. And now it tells me operator Y had the highest defect rate in this current data set. So obviously, maybe I want to make it so I can, for any of these AI visuals, I can turn the result into a standard visual by clicking here. So now it's giving me the name of the answer in this form. So maybe I just wanted to create space for this to go on its own. So obviously it's now a visual, it's no longer a Q&A, it's like a result that I can place somewhere on the page, but you get the idea. It's not cooperating, but I just wanted to drag it so that it's not sitting on top of this one. Maybe let me grab this other one and drag it down instead. Okay, but you get the idea. Is it created a visual of its on its own that I can reposition. And okay, I think I'll just leave it there for now because I don't want the video to get too long. But you get the idea. So that's how you use the Q&A. We've seen influencers, decomposition tree, smart narrative. Those are the built-in AI visuals. And on the first time we did this one, forecasting, we found that down here, and we saw that we could do also customizations within the forecasting as well. So feel free to play around with this. Those are the common Q&A visuals. And so yeah, I'll see you in the next video where we'll talk about some other features related to AI within the Power BI service. So I'll see you in that video.